This presentation is about my book entitled Astrological Moments, and I'm Carol Ruth. My book is 6 by 9 in size and hardbound using a gold cloth cover. Around this cover is a book cover done in a bandwidth form to indicate the page grid inside the book. The front cover and spine indicate the title of the book as well as the author's name. I had the printing of the back book-covered wrapper done at Even House Printing. Nicole Ventura, a graphic designer from customer service, took care of my print order. Here I am picking up my order, which started out as a PDF that I emailed to Even House. My next stop was to take the outer cover to Quality Bindery, where Kathleen Hartman consulted with me about my project. At first, my contacts were by email with my requirements. I have worked with this local bindery before many times, and so we have a working understanding and we communicate well. Here is a copy of my finished book displayed in the conference room of Quality Bindery, where I shot my documentary photographs. This first spread indicates that to me, astrology is a way of life. In the narrative on this page, I have explained details looking inward at myself. On the left page, I've included a revised version of my personality poster done for Lab Project 3. The next spread is a continuation about me with an overview of the basics about astrology, and on the right page, this photo includes some of the tools an astrologer might use to interpret a personal consultation. A series of pages under the meaning section include various photographs of planets that I took at the Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. from the Evolving Universe exhibit. On the left page, I continue my narrative by explaining how astrologers interpret the tendencies shown in a personal chart about each particular planet in an individual's chart. This next spread is continuing my narrative, which includes an explanation about scientific research done by prominent astrologers. Here I did include one of my infographics explaining about the curve created through the years 1977 on to 2005. On the left is a photograph of my MacBook Pro showing part of the time cycle software that I use to create astrology charts. This spread is one of my chapter openers. All the photos used on these pages are also from Smithsonian Visit. Some of the mind-bending journey to the far reaches of space. In a way, they represent the unlimited possibilities people have in making choices in their lives. This slide is a close-up of the typeface Madison Avenue that I used for headings throughout my book. And this slide is my continuing narrative with an explanation about event charts and why astrologers use them. The charts are called mundane charts, and they are the key to my research and study. They are what are used when talking about particular astrological moments. These charts may affect everyone in a local region or even in the whole world. This spread is about a particular event to take place on June 15, 2012. Photographs that I took are of Nick Luanda, a high-wire daredevil who is an Aquarian, the sun sign of someone who will take chances and achieve the unexpected in life. On the left, in the background, is the Canadian Skyline Tower situated next to the Horseshoe Falls of the planned event, which I concur as an astrological moment. This spread goes into detail about just one of the many precedents that use the consultation services of an astrologer not to predict events, but to plan them by using favorable planetary patterns for safety reasons. Nancy Reagan was really very concerned about her husband after he had been shot. On the right is a narrative about the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a truly major event, and shown here in the abstracted form of a mundane event chart. The next spread shows two of my graphic design expansions of opportunity. On the left, Ray Merriman, who is a successful investment advisor who uses astrological mundane charts to keep track of how the market will do each day. And on the right side are Star IQ's Rick Levine and Jeff Joyer, whose lifestyle includes presentations of seminars, publishing, and giving out free personal information to those who ask for it through their website. This slide is a view of the colophon where I describe my book. I used Madison Avenue, Hadriano, a serif face, and Furniture, a sans serif face that I used for the body of text. My color palette includes the use of black and blue bands of color in the grid to represent the heavens and outer space, and the color gold to represent the sun and illumination. This slide is a real synchronistic personal astrological moment for me. While in Washington, D.C., choosing a place to have dinner was simply random, and yet there was a reminder about astrology. I ordered lemonade, and to my surprise, got a blue moon glass. Well, I was impressed. My logic is that through research, I found out new and amazing information. With Lab Project 8 at the meeting of 14 participants, I was asked all sorts of questions. With this meetup, discovering that the basic information matters and that my complex subject matter takes a lot of patient explanation and narrative. Starting at the beginning is necessary, but I must remind the skeptics something that Isaac Newton once said to Edmund Halley. I have studied the subject, sir. You have not. Actually, astrology is really very personal, with a strict code of ethics for most astrological organizations. This may be one reason why it is only slightly believable, and only after an individual tries it does it make sense. Thank you for viewing my presentation about astrological moments or the major events of your life.